Hey everyone, Chaos Nexus 456. Welcome back to another Sonic Rangers video. Today we're going to talk about what I want to see for Sonic Rangers. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, dislike, share, and save and download this video. And click the notification bell until you get verified to help post brand new videos in the future. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So we all know Sonic Rangers is less than a year away. We all know what Sonic Team and Sega are going to do, because why is going to be an open game, and I always want an open Sonic game to happen because I've been watching some YouTube videos of a Sonic open world game of like Green Hill Paradise or like Sonic Utopia. I just wonder like how would Sonic Team actually use that environment for Sonic for open game, and how would that actually control? It's because about like in past inspirations of Sonic, like 06 and probably Sonic Adventure and Heroes. Those are 3 spaces. Sonic controls very bad in 3 space. He controls like Donkey in that environment, and that's why I'm going to talk about what I want to see in Sonic Rangers. And just a fair warning that I do have a script for this video, so bear with me about what I'm going to say, because nothing confirmed, so take it to a big grain of what I'm saying in this video. So without further ado, let's go with the first one. Is actually the open world. So open world games are a huge topic for Sonic. Like if we think like open world games, we think like Infamous, Second Son, and Ghost of Tsushima, and Marvel Spider-Man. Those games, very well made by Sony, are open world environment games with big maps. Well, Marvel Spider-Man PS4 didn't have a big map. It had like a short map. So let's talk about regarding of the open world, and that if you want to make an open Sonic game, Sonic Team, you gotta make it big. But I'm actually going to talk about how you should actually create one. The first one is called progression. Number 1, the idea of an open Sonic game is that where you play character Sonic can actually travel where they want, anytime and anywhere. So we can actually fast travel to actually we have some fast travel icons where Sonic actually go there. It could be like for like a car vehicle, or for Sonic to run there, because that waypoint it takes a long time there, so we actually use a fast travel there. And the second one is, while it is actually limited and accurate, many games like that still have the control of that when it goes in relation to progression, because that's what it is. So if we think like this game on here that we see on screens, actually I'll pull up right now, is basically just the Legends of the Wild. How you when you build up a Breath of the Wild, when you first start playing the game, since you don't know what the entire game is, you start with one particular island on here, where Link is actually waked up by that he was actually asleep for over thousands or hundreds of years. And also that he actually goes to his next horizon, to his next adventure, and also that until we get like enough enough orbs and anything on there, we go to the next map, and etc. Because you only explore one island, and as you progress throughout that map, more and more islands can be unlocked. So I want Sonic Team and Sega to use that formula for that, because open games are really like that nowadays. Like, I really want to see like only a few maps, not all of them, but I like to see 7 of them with actually add some temples of where I like to see some temples in this open Sonic game, where like I want to be similar to Sonic Unleashed, how every map, every continent, country, hub world, and every stage has some temples with boss fights. But and I really want to see some challenging boss fights. But I will get into the combat equipment later on. So let's continue with the open world. So I see some temples. I see 7 of them until I want it to be like I want them to be kind of similar to the Sonic Unleashed, how we actually like get the Chaos Emeralds. But I want them to be kind of like the special stages, how you actually like collect them, but cyberspace, because the cyberspace was mentioned during the rumors regarding the next Sonic game. Since it's gonna be open world game, you gotta remember that Sonic team. That I want them to be like a special stage, and what type of special stages I want them to be like them similar to probably be like make them similar to the game about from be a little different to be a little more different to the Sonic generation is special stage for like the boss fights, and kind of like the 3DS, how we have that one, and also that I want them to be like platforming I want to be like platform temples, how we have to get a boss fight there as well. But I will mention anything regarding that one as well. And then yeah, so until we collect 7 of them, more and more islands will be unlocked for you to explore. And yeah, and etc. And also that, and yeah, so that's what I want to see for the open world. So now the next one on it is basically that I want there to be RPG elements. So let's talk about what does what does RPG mean. If you guys don't know what RPG is, RPG stands for role-playing game, and also that means like a length of 1 minute and 10 seconds. That the RPG that the RPG gameplay for gaming actually does mean for role-playing video game. It means like for electronic game genre, in which players had the advance throughout a story quest, and often the many side quests for which their character or party of characters gain experience that improves various various attributes. Yeah, attributes. Man, that was very hard to come up with. And also abilities as well. If you see like Final Fantasy, we see that game. Yeah, so sorry I talked about for a while. Yeah, because I want to see some abilities and combat equipment for the RPG for Sonic, and basically just that I really want to see from that element. That there's basically like a bunch of leaks go around saying that there will be some RPG elements and environments from that. So I really want that to be true, because I really like RPG. If you mean like RPG, we mean like similar to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, or like just like The Witcher 3. How those games are RPG games, and those games turn well. Well, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot did that well. It didn't actually did that well when it came out. It was actually like a low average game to me. And I did tell the full story, and I had like a bunch of combat equipment, and I had like a bunch of big story telling what the full story is. So I like see some abilities for Sonic, so we can have like Sonic Wind, or he's home attack, and probably a Sonic will be like the only main focus of this because the game says Sonic Rangers. Well, Sonic Rangers isn't the final name. That was just a code name during the press release. So I like to see some RPG elements from Sonic Rangers. And now the next one is regarding of the controls and the physics. So when you have the controls for Sonic, when you actually boot up just Sonic Unleashed, he's momentum controls all over the place. It's so bad, and also that every time you drift, you accidentally fall off and also you go out of bounds. And also that the Sonic team is gonna need to fix that, because Sonic team, if you listen to this, you need to refine your physics. I'm so done and so sick and tired of Sonic not having good momentum. You gotta fix that right now. And Sonic team, you better not mess this up. Well, not Sega, just Sonic team, because Sonic team's actually is actually just like is actually making the game, not Sega. Well, Sega will always be Sonic's #1 icon. They will be. But let's go back to the point. So I want Sonic to have better physics and better momentum, because look Sonic team, watch a Sonic Utopia and Sonic GT. Sonic controls feel so good in them. Or if you see Project Hero was actually a very good fan game. It's not a real Sonic game. It's just like a demo. Was actually what came out on PC in 2019. I saw Sam procrastinates this video about it, and also it just looks so good in them. There's no story. There's no cutscenes there. It's just like a focus test demo. It's not full finals yet. But I did saw this one is actually the Windmill Eyelash, this first stage from Sonic Unleashed, and I gotta say, these controls feel so much better from Sonic Unleashed, but Sonic Unleashed will always be my favorite Sonic game, because it is a fan favorite in the community, actually. So yeah, so since we talk about the controls of that, we're gonna talk about regarding about that, only a little quick one before we get into it. Sonic team, you need to get this like a high budget for this next mainline Sonic game, because all Sonic games have not just been just low budget titles, like for Sonic Unleashed, for instance, and for example, and so is Generations, because Sonic's always have been like low budget games, because Sonic Unleashed had like a $20 million budget during that game. So I want them to give this a high budget, because old boy games do have high budget, like Red Dead Redemption 2. That game had a $150 million budget, and that was huge. So I want Sonic team to do that, and also to give this game a high budget, because that's what open world games are. And so yeah, so that was like a quick one for that. So now the next one is actually playable characters. Well, since I said I want Sonic to be the primary main focus, how about adding some DLC? Because there was like a leak around regarding there might be some DLC for them to hold off the game until the next game gets announced. So that'll be like a good idea. How about adding some DLC content to this? Because DLC stands for downloadable content. Because that's what it stands for. Probably add Shadow story. Probably add a episode Shadow, or probably give us some playable characters like Shadow or Silver or Knuckles or Tails. I like those. But not put them like in the actual story. Just put them as more like a side content thing, just like what they did to Super Sonic and Sonic Forces. And probably make a Shadows gameplay similar to Sonic, and maybe the same RPG element as that and Knuckles. Probably don't make them like different to like to Sonic Adventures is type thing. Well, I guess those are fine, but yeah, and for Tails, I know what type of gameplay that he has. Probably make him similar to Sonic 06 or something. I don't know. We'll see what they'll come up with until this game releases. And now the final one on this list for this video is basically let's talk about the story. So since we regard the open world, the RPG elements, and the physics and the controls, let's talk about the story. So basically, Sonic games had not been having like that good writing and story recently because the only good Sonic story writing that we had was the IDW comics, because Ian Flynn did a good job doing these writing, and I really want Ian Flynn to have some involvement with Sonic Rangers, because if they do that, my god, this is basically like one of the most best Sonic games ever created by Sonic Team and Sega, and I really want that. And basically, yeah, so probably I'll say this to Ian Flynn: start with the story where Sonic actually just going to Eggman in space, and actually we get a boss fight of Sonic fighting Eggman, and also Eggman actually shuts down the base, and also that Sonic is actually stuck in there, and also he gets sucked into a black hole, also known as the cyberspace, and also he gets there, and also some glitch effect goes inside of him. So, and also that he meets his ghost girl, where you have to like collect all 7 Chaos Symbols with 7 temples, and until you actually get all 7 of them, you actually go back to Sonic go back to his world. So that's the story of the game. We'll mention that. So yeah, guys, so that's the wrap for today's video, guys. What are your thoughts of my predictions for Sonic Rangers? Do you like this video? Do you dislike this video? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.